Hello, this is the 34 days for our reading. That's great. Yesterday I didn't do stream because I woke up a little bit late. Then my daughter, she got up, so I can't do it. Then I do other things and yeah, just didn't do it. And I think um, I may kill my computer. Last night, I posted last night and the night the night before last night, I posted Chinese uh, Chinese Chinese version reading Chinese version reading 上下五千年 on YouTube. And because my internet uh, is pretty slow and the speed slow, so I don't want to post it during daytime because my daughter, she need to use internet. Then I choose to post uh, it when we sleep. Then I post it. I suppose the computer can turn off by itself, but oh, it can't turn off by itself. So it's keep going, keep it so bad. No, I have to figure out how to post those Chinese reading because I uh, product those reading for my Chinese student. They need to improve their reading. Like me, I improve my English reading by the English by reading those other things. And I think I learn a lot from it, and I think I improve a little bit, not very much, because this kind of self. But I think just not because the method is not good, just I spend the time I spend too little. I need to spend more time uh, to read. That will be better. And talking about my dog, my Bessie, um, she's still she's feeling not good, but I think uh, she's getting better. She just when I gave her a pill, the white gave me, the white always give the same pill uh, to to those pets um, for different disease. Those anti what that pill 抗生素 but when my dog has the pill, she vomit every time, almost every time. I don't know. The pill did something good for her or not, but I think um, even she doesn't feel very well now, but the pills should did something a little bit, I think. So because her condition doesn't isn't getting worse, so I think this is a symptom that tell me she's getting better. Okay, let's read because I have a Chinese lesson on 10 and I have to have something to eat and I think some time to sleep during the day because I woke up pretty early today. I woke up about I think about uh, 5 5:40. Yes, 5:40. Then I found my computer still on. Oh my God. Then I lie in my bed, lay in my bed. So wake up about 7. Then I got up, you know, to do something. Then yes, now let's read. Last time I think we already read something like Philip because he because now he thought he need he didn't need to believe God at all like me. I don't think I need to believe in God. I believe in something, you know. I believe in nature. This is and I believe the word, and I love the word. I think that that's enough for me. But you know, like the in the novel, the writer said, because uh, he was too young to tolerate others without the same idea as him. For me, I think I'm pretty good by those. I'm pretty good at not. I don't think this tolerant or not. I think that's fair enough for someone who want to believe in God or believe in other, because different people they have different needs. Yes. Um, for me, I don't need, but someone else they may need. They may need those kind of things. So uh, that's good for them because, and if it's good for them, it's good for the society. Just you. I really don't like someone say, if you don't believe God because you're not good enough. I just want to say, no, not at all. I'm good enough, not because you are good. I don't think it's because uh, you are God. If because you are God, you're afraid of your God. You're afraid of going to heaven, going to hell. So this is no, not good. I do good things all the time because I believe in, and I love the world. You know, all the world around us, they are beautiful. I want to be good for the world. I want to be good, not because I'm afraid of the God, not because of I'm afraid of, you know, going to hell after my death. Not because there, just because I love the world. So someone they need uh, the scare the afraid, um, the they need those things to guide their behavior, but I don't think so. And I don't think most people, um, and maybe time people believe in God most because of they afraid of the punishment of the God. No, I don't think so. So they say, hey, if no God, if no hell, people can do anything they want. I don't think so. We if you follow my heart, why I can't to hurt uh, other people because my heart won't lie to me. Why we hurt other people? We need to do good things for others. Then the others happy, we are happy. So yeah, that's what I think. So I don't think uh, whatever you believe in, what kind of religion. Be good for the good, for the world, be good for the people around you. That's good, that's enough. So believe in or believe not, believe in or not. So it's all the same if you are a good person, you know, good for the world, good for others. Yes, let's begin to read. Having settled the whole matter to his satisfaction, he thought he, uh, he sought to put it all out of his mind. Having settled the whole matter to his satisfaction, he sought to put it uh, he sought to put it out of his mind, but that was more easily said than done. Yes, of course. And he couldn't prevent the regret, nor stave the misgiving which sometimes torment him. Having settled the whole matter to his satisfaction, he sought to put it out of his mind. But that was more easily said than done, and he could not prevent the regrets. Now, therefore, the misgiving which sometimes torment him, regret, not the regret, nor prevent the could not 不能阻止后悔，now therefore therefore 窒息遏制 stifle
Stifle.
stifle 窒息遏制哦，窒息遏窒息遏制窒息遏制 the misgiving misgiving 担心哦，still you see still misgiving 恐惧恐惧 so this is I think just a threat not good 恐惧 stifle the misgiving which sometimes torment him poor thing he could not prevent the regrets now they uh, stifle the misgiving uh, which sometimes torment him. He was so young and um, he was so young and had a few friends that immortal immortality immor, immortality immortality 不晓得 immortality
Immortality.
immortality 不晓得 he and had so few friends that immortality 不朽的，怎么会不朽的？不朽 immortality that immortality had no particular attraction for him, able without trouble to give up believing in it. But there was one thing which made him reached. He told himself that he was unreasonable. He tried to laugh himself out of such pathos. pathos 苦处，pathos ，pathos pathos wrath 悲伤的、不幸的 wretch wretched wretched made him wretched which made him wretched. He told himself that he was unreasonable. He tried to laugh himself out of such pathos, but pathos, let's see. Please read for me. Can you read for me? No. Pathos. 明明是 pathos, but the tears really came to his eyes when he thought that he would never see again the beautiful mother whose love for him had grown more precious as the years since his death passed on. And even you believe in God, you can't see her again. So if you know my sister said, oh, because I want to see you, so I believe in God. No. But the tears really came to his eyes when he thought that he would never see again the beautiful mother whose love for him had grown more precious as the year since her death passed on. And sometimes, as though the fluence of innumerous ancestor, God-fearing and devout ancestor 古人的 ancestor 祖先 OK ancestor God-fearing and devout and 奉献 devout 虔诚的真诚的献身于宗教的devout were working in him unconsciously. There seized him a panic fear that perhaps after all it was all true, and there was up there behind the blue sky a jealous God who would punish in everlasting flame the atheist. Atheist 无神论者 I don't think so. If the God flamed the atheist, I won't believe him at all. Why?
Atheist.
Why you always be right? Yes. I didn't do anything good, anything bad. Why I need 无神论者 atheist would punish in everlasting flames the atheist. At these times his reason could offer him no help. He imagined the anguish of a physical torment, the anguish of anguish 为痛苦。He imagined the anguish 痛苦 the anguish of a physical torment which would last endlessly. He felt quite sick. He felt quite sick with fear and burst into a violent sweat. At last, he would say to himself desperately, "After all, it's not my fault. I can't force myself to believe. If there is a God after all, and he punished me because I honestly don't believe in him, I can't help it. Great. And for me, if he punished me because of my don't believe in him, then I won't believe in him at all. If you exist, if you want to punish me, do it. Not my fault. I didn't do something deserve the punishment. Yes. Winter set in. Winter set in. Weeks went to Berlin to attend the lectures of Parson, and Hayward began to think of going south. The local theater opened its doors. Philip and Hayward went to it 2 or 3 times a week with the praiseworthy intention of improving their German. Praiseworthy intention. Praise 值得表扬的。Praiseworthy 值得称赞哦。是的，真的是值得。Praiseworthy intention of improving their German, and Philip found it a more diverting manner of perfecting himself. Diverting. Divert. A more diverting manner. 转移注意力。A more diverting manner of perfecting himself in the language than listening to sermon. Yeah. And Philip found it a more diverting manner of perfecting himself in the language than listening themselves. They found themselves in the midst of a revival of the drama. In the midst of a found themselves in the midst of a revival. 复活再生，生效。Found them in the midst 再生 revival survive They found themselves in the midst of a revival of the drama. Several of Ibsen's plays were on the repertory for the winter. Repertory. No, not report. Repertory. Repertory. 全部句目。Repertory. 副曲目。Several of Epsom plays were on the repertory for the winter. Sedman's Day was then a new play, and on its production in the quiet university town caused the greatest excitement. Excitement. It was extravagantly, ex, ex, extra, extravagantly. We already learned it. Extravagantly praised and bitterly attacked. It was 过度的、过分的 I think. Extravagantly. Yes, it was extravagantly.
Extravagant.
Extravagant.
Ex-
Extravagant. Extravagant. Extravagantly. Extravagantly. Extravagantly praised and bitterly attacked. Other dramatists followed with plays influence. Other dramatists followed with plays written under the modern influence. And Philip witnessed a series of works in which the violence in which the violence of mankind was displayed before him. Vileness, the vileness of mankind. Well, baby. The vileness, baby. Yeah.
Vileness.
In which the vileness of mankind was displayed before him. He had never been to a play in his life till then. Who times came to the assemble room at Blake for touring companies, touring companies. But the vicar, partly on account of his profession, partly because he thought it would be vulgar, never went to see them, and the passion of the stage seized him. He felt a thrill the moment he got into the little shabby, ill-lit theatre. Soon he came to know the particularity. Soon he came to know the particularity of the small company, and by the casting could tell at once what were the characteristics could tell at once what were the characteristics. Casting could tell at once what were the characteristics of the persons in the drama, but this made no difference to him. Soon he came to know the particular of the small company, and by the casting could tell at once what were the characteristics of the person in the drama, but this made no difference to him. To him, it was real life. It was a strange life, dark and tortured, in which men and women showed to uh, remorseless eyes, showed to remorse，忏悔 is 残酷的、无情的、没有同情心的。然后 remorse 是 remorse 是忏悔。So to him it was real life. It was a strange life, dark and tortured, in which men and women showed to remorseless eyes remorseless eyes, the evil that was in their heart. A fair face concealed, a fair face concealed a depraved man, a depraved man, depraved 堕落的。A fair face concealed the virtuous used to virtue. The virtuous used virtue as a mask to hide their secret vice. The virtuous used virtue as a mask. The virtuous used virtue as a mask to hide their secret vice. Seeming strong tinted, the seeming strong tinted within with the weakness or corrupt. The chest was lewd, was lewd. The chest. Chaste.
chaste,
纯真被玷污了。I think it's 它应该还是
lewd,
lewd
lewd,
lewd,
或 lewd，这应该是什么词的分词吧？淫荡。You seem to devour in a room where the night before an orgy had taken place. You seem to devour in a room where the night before an orgy had taken place. Before an orgy.
orgy,
Orgy.
orgy,
Orgy.
orgy,
Orgy. Let's see. 放荡. You seem to devour in a room where the night before an orgy had taken place. 酒神节狂欢。哦，狂欢 had taken place. The windows had not been opened in the morning. The windows had not been opened in the morning. The air, oh, the air was full with the dregs of beer. Oh, really? Always. 南门的 The air was full of drag of beers. 渣子肯定 The air was full of the air was full with the dregs of beer. 渣子糟粕 OK 渣子吧 渣子 of beer and steel smoke and flaring gas. Steel smoke steel 是什么鬼东西？烟草吗 ？Steel 不新鲜的。沉浮的，沉浮的。Steel smoke and flaring gas. Flaring. 火焰真的是 flare 了 flaring gas and flaring gas. There was no laughter. At most, there was no laughter. At most, you sniggered at the hypocrite or the fool. Snigger. 笑，怎么样的笑？窃笑。At most, you snigger at the hypocrite. Hypocrite. Hypocrite.
Hypocrite. Hypocrite.
Hypocrite. Hypocrite. Or the fool. The characters expressed themselves. The characters expressed themselves in cruel words that seemed to run out of their hearts by shame and anguish. The characters expressed themselves in cruel words that seemed run out of their heart by shame and anguish. Wrong, rain. wring out of their heart by shame and anguish. Wring out of their heart by shame and anguish. Shame, anguish, 痛苦。痛苦。这也是痛苦的意思，或者是 rain， 蠕动，蠕动，蠕动，痛苦。Wring out of their heart by shame and anguish. By shame and anguish, Philip was carried away. Philip was carried away by the sordid intensity of it. By the sordid intensity, was carried away by the sordid intensity of it. Sordid intensity, 紧张。Was carried away, 紧张。Sordid intensity. 污秽的，卑鄙的，紧张。Was carried away by the sordid intensity of it. He seemed to see the world again in another fashion. He seemed to see the world again in another fashion, and this world too he was anxious to know. After the play was over, he went to a tavern and sat in the bright warmth with Hayward to eat a sandwich and drink a glass of beer. After the play was over, he went to a tavern,
Tavern.
tavern, 小客栈。He went to a tavern and sat in the bright warmth, with Hayward to eat a sandwich and drink a glass of beer. All round were little groups of students talking and laughing, and here and there was a family, father and mother, a couple of sons and a girl, and sometimes the girl said a sharp thing and the father leaned back in his chair and laughed heartily. It was very friendly and innocent, homeliness in the scene, but for this Philip had no eyes. His thought went on the play he had just come from. You do feel it's life, don't you? He said excitedly. You do, he said excitedly. You know, I don't think I can stay here much longer. I want to get to London so that I can really begin. I want to have experiences. I'm so tired of preparing for life. I want to live it now. Sometimes Hayward left Philip to go home by himself. He would never exactly reply to Philip's eager questioning, but with a merry, rather stupid laugh, hinted at a romantic hinted at a romantic atmosphere 恋情
amour,
amour hinted at a romantic amour. He quoted a few lines of Rossetti and once showed Philip a sonnet in which passion and purple sonnet
sonnet,
sonnet and once showed Philip a sonnet in which passion and purple pessimism pessimism and pathos passion and purple pessimism and pathos pessimism 悲观主义悲观和苦楚 in which passion and purple in which passion and purple pessimism and pathos were packed together on the subject of a young lady called Trude. Hayward surrounded his sordid and vulgar little adventure with a glow of poetry, and thought he touched hands with he touched hands uh, he touched hands with Pericle and Padilla, because to describe the object of his attention he used the word Heteria instead of one of those, more blunt and apt, by the English language. Hetero, hetero, hetero，古希腊的高级敬语。哦 hetero,
hetaira, hetaira,
hetero,
hetaira,
hetero. He used the word hetero instead of one of those, more blunt and apt. Oh, I'm so sleepy. More blunt and apt, provided by the English language. Philip in the daytime had been led by curiosity to pass through the little street near the old bridge, with, with its neat white houses and the green shutters, in which, according to Hayward, the Fraulein Trude lived. But the women with brutal faces and painted cheeks, brutal faces and painted cheeks, who came out of their doors and cried out to him. Brutal, 野蛮的。Brutal faces and painted cheeks, who came out of their doors and cried out to him, filled him with fear and horror from the rough hands that sought to detain him. He yearned above all things for experiences, and felt himself ridiculous because at his age he had not enjoyed that, and he fled in horror from the rough hand that sought to detain him. He yearned above all things for experience, and felt himself ridiculous because at his age he had not enjoyed that which all fiction taught him was the most important thing in life. But he had the unfortunate gift of seeing things as they were, and the reality which was offered him differed too terribly from the idea of his dream. He, he didn't know how wide a country, arid and precipitous, precipitous, must be crossed. Oh, I'm so sleepy. No, I'm so sleepy. I think let's stop here. I will just sleep a little bit. I'm so sleepy. That's not good.